Hello, bass players. We are going to talk a little bit about bow care and how to rosin today. So, this bow is pretty neat looking, right? It's got this cool hair on it, and I kind of want to touch it, but I can't. The first rule of bows is never touch the bow hair. Okay? Your skin oil could get on the bow hair and make it kind of grimy, and then the rosin, which we're going to talk about in a minute, won't work as well. So always protect your bow hair. If you accidentally brush against it, it's okay. It's not going to self destruct, but just really use good self control and don't touch that bow hair. So notice this bow hair is kind of floppy right now. When I'm not using my bow, I will always keep my hair loosened. All right, so see it's floppy right now, and now to play it, I need to tighten it. So how I'm gonna tighten it is I'm gonna take this screw at the end here, and I'm gonna turn it a little bit until that hair tightens up. You don't wanna turn it too much, maybe about like a thumb's width in the middle. And notice that it still has a curve to it. So you definitely don't want to tighten your bow so much that that curve goes away, right? If your bow is a straight line, or heaven forbid it curves up this way, then loosen it right away because the bow hair could break. Okay, so now that my bow is tightened, let's talk about rosin. So bass rosin is special. Bass players can't use violin, viola, or cello rosin on their bass, and violin and viola and cello players cannot use bass rosin. Your rosin is too sticky for them, and their rosin isn't sticky enough for you. So this is a bass rosin. You might have one that has a red case, or maybe even one that has a green one, but it's usually a cylinder like this. So in order to use it, I'm going to take it out, and then there's another box inside. Some of them have paper on the inside. This one happens to have a rubber case. I'm going to pop the top, and I have to push it up a little bit. If you have paper, you might need to peel away a very, very, very tiny bit of that paper so that just a little bit of it is sticking out, almost like a chapstick, just a very little bit out on the top. And now I'm going to rosin this bow. And the way that I do that, I'm going to cover the metal part with my thumb just so that I don't hit it against this rosin. And then I'm going to start down here, and I'm going to go long swipes all the way down. All right. And if you have a bow that doesn't have a whole lot of rosin on it, maybe you want to do like 5 swipes of the rosin and then test it. But this rosin is so sticky that you don't want to use a ton of this rosin because it could get too much rosin on it, and then your sound wouldn't be as good. So start with 5 and then see if you're both not sliding around. And if it's sliding around a lot, then maybe add a little bit more. But you're always going to want to go in just one direction. Okay, you may see your other friends in the orchestra rosining a different way, but yours is just going to go from frog to tip. Okay, very important for the rosin. When you are done using this rosin, always put it back in its case. Don't leave bass rosin out of its case because it's sticky and soft, and especially if it's a warm day in the summer, it could melt. So you're going to put your rosin away in its case always, always, always. So say that you have practiced with your bow and you're done practicing. Now it's time to put your bow to bed. You're going to loosen your bow by turning this screw to the left or counterclockwise until the hair is floppy again. And then you can store it safely in your case, or if you have a stand, you can hang it on the stand. But just remember to keep that bow safe, just like you would keep your bass safe from little brothers and sisters, and especially from dogs and cats who find this just as tempting to touch as you might. All right, my friends, that's how you take care of your bass bow.